gentlemen, and ladies, and non-binary refineries. I'm here. I'm alive, I'm born. I have a new microphone. We're gonna see how this goes. More Kingdom Hearts. Obviously, I'm gonna be calling them up in a minute. I'm still debating on what I want to do after Kingdom Hearts, because I know I gotta start thinking of... I still have a little bit to think about that, because I think I haven't even hit the fucking 1,000 Heartless. I probably won't even do that today. Maybe probably next week. Today I will be going over my games of the year when everybody's in, or at least when Train's in. Because Lord knows with Sabo. I don't know if they'll have theirs or not. That's on them. I don't know. But, I'll be doing that in a little bit. And, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of today. Also, I really need to add music to my, I use this Sonic playlist essentially to have some music that I can play just for, streaming, like when I'm AFK or stuff like that. But it's all just Sonic stuff, because I know it won't get flagged. I need to put more stuff in it, or make a playlist specifically just for stuff I know won't get flagged by copyright. So it's not just always a Sonic song. Even if I do like them. I just want to add more things to the mix. Probably more video game, like, chiptune-y and 16-bit stuff, because that all flies. Anyway, let me pull off the image real quick. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And I'm going to give them a ring. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. A bit sad this week.
What happened?
We're losing Justin Trudeau. Now what disgraced North American leader will I get to make fun of?
Oh, give it a couple of weeks. You'll get a new one.
I mean, aside from the obvious one.
Yeah, you're getting another one. Come on.
Real question. What's going to happen with these streams when you and I are at war over Greenland?
I have no fucking idea.
Nah, that's going to be awkward. Yeah, let's play Kingdom Hearts anyway. Anyway, also, while we're shooting at each other.
And we annex Canada.
Yeah, you're like with that.
Yeah, honestly, the last time we went to war with Canada didn't end well for us. But, anyway.
I know he says lots of ridiculous things. You dig your point before we go back into that.
Oh, no, there was no point. It was just gonna be a transition.
No. He obviously says lots of ridiculous bullshit, and he's, an insane old man. We all know this, but I can't work out what he's hoping to gain from this, because it's like...
No idea.
Because he says, like, oh yeah, I want to annex the Panama Canal and Greenland, and it's like, well, they're not going to give them to you, and they're not going to sell them to you.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not. So it's like, okay, so your only option is you've got to therefore declare war, which... I can't see Congress ever being like, yeah, okay. So it's like, okay. So what he does is now make a bunch of bold statements that he can't follow up on, and he just looks like a weak, incompetent jackass. Again!
I was about to say, so you mean like the first one? First time he was president?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun 4 years.
It's such a non thing to... There's no start to this, and there's no benefit. It's just net negative.
Yep.
And all this while the real president shoots his mouth off and tries to influence everyone and tries to buy votes in everyone else's countries.
Yep. I did see that France is threatening to freeze his assets over there.
I mean, I'll put it this way. Yeah, how France has been having a lot of political trouble, and they've had a far-right party gain lots of traction, and by far-right I mean it was literally founded by a Holocaust denier who died this week, and man, it's so nice to read a headline and be like, this person's dead. It's like, good.
Oh, I love it when you get those. Oh, great.
I'm not sorry. You know what? Good. I'm not sorry. I'm not showing sympathy for an actual Holocaust-denying, racist, Islamophobic cunt.
In fact, I'm sad he lived that long.
I only hope it was painful.
I hope the end was painful and humiliating.
But so anyway, that party, the party he's trying to back in Germany, yeah, that French party are like, whoa, they're too right wing for us. So, actual neo-Nazis.
Now, yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that. It's just, yeah.
The problem is that Elon Musk is a massive threat to democracy.
He is.
And he's proving it. He literally bought votes.
So, the one thing I will say, because I do know how the Trump Musk thing will end. Their egos are gonna are there's already like whispers their egos starting to clash, or at least Trump's ego is starting to clash.
Yeah, because everybody calls Musk president because he is.
Yeah. So, what we have going for us right now is eventually that's going to end how you think it will.
With Musk detained to go out in Gitmo, gotcha.
Possibly.
I mean, he is an illegal immigrant.
He is. They sure did let an illegal immigrant. They just literally allowed him to just buy votes. That was fun.
I mean, I love how everyone was like, "Oh yeah, he did buy votes. You gonna do anything about it?" No.
Yeah, literally, the Pennsylvania court was like, no, okay.
Well, we thought about doing something, but then we also thought no. Because it probably didn't have an effect, telling millions of Americans, hey, if you vote for Trump, you might get $1 million.
Hey, what if I give you $1 million?
And then when he's called on, it's like, well, I didn't actually mean I give him $1 million. You'd have to be stupid to believe that.
And the actual person was already predetermined.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, come on. It's not actual bribery, come on.
It's just, it's that has no effect. Even just the implication that you might get money.
Given where I am, maybe I should have been a lawyer. Maybe I could have been the one guy arguing, like, no, that's fucking stupid.
No, because you'd be probably on the chopping block by now.
Oh yeah, I'd be dead.
Or, like, look at that special prosecutor, man.
Oh yeah, true.
I'll be shocked if he's not
disappears.
I'll be shocked if he doesn't wind up falling out of the third-story window in his one-story house.
You're not wrong. So, moving on to, I guess, later shit. I did, actually, no, I'm gonna wait for a cutscene, because there's gonna be a long cutscene at some point at the end of this world.
It's Kingdom Hearts, there's always gonna be a long cutscene.
Where I don't need to, like, click a button. So I'll just wait until that, and then I'll start, like, listing up what I picked for my game of the year. Shit. I do have it ready. I also have a couple of, I do have a couple, too, games I wanted to mention that I played that I either didn't finish, or, like essential honorable mentions. I do have 2 dishonorable mentions, though. That'll be fun.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll do that. It's probably towards the back end of the stream for the, end of Toronto, but that's when they'll have, like, the big cutscene. Because, unfortunately, this isn't, like, the last time we did it, where it was, like, I was just, like, free-swinging Spider-Man and just, like, looking at the fucking list.
Yeah, well. There's Kingdom Hearts for you. Sorry, it's got...
I need to go back to this DLC for Spider-Man.
Oh. Wait, there was DLC? Oh, right, Spider-Man 1.
Yes.
Because I've been, like, used to the last year of people saying, there's gonna be DLC for Spider-Man 2, right? There's gonna be DLC for Spider-Man 2, right?
Cope. I'm coping. I'm
seething.
But the DLC never came. Why didn't it come?
Anyway, this gives me time to go back over the Wikipedia page for last year. And then just be like, oh yeah, I did play that, throw it on the list.
Yeah, I was a psychopath who was like listing shit throughout. The ones that I mentioned I didn't play enough, they are things where if I go back and play them this year, I would qualify them personally. Because they're basically in the, I didn't play enough of this judge kind of situation. Yeah. For whatever reason. But, but yeah, my game of the year will be not a surprise because I literally named the stream game of the year it. So, just a spoiler for the number one. I almost think I should just go do the opposite of what I usually do and go from 1 and go backwards. But,
You could do.
yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing. But, I do know, what was it? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what was coming out this year. I know there's Virtual Fighter's getting ported this year, onto PC, like as an actual, like, thing. Funny enough, by the fucking, Yakuza devs. And they're apparently the ones working on the new actual, like, fighting game.
I mean, makes sense.
Which is pretty funny.
GTA 6 allegedly comes out this year. They say, knowing full well, it's probably going to get delayed.
Probably.
So, what did you want us to do?
God, there's going to be so many call-outs at various jobs that day that it releases.
So,
Probably, but
DTD is the name my user gave
other token is where the month or two that it releases is going to be dead fucking quiet.
Along with
Considering like a lot of games will want to like keep a wide berth from it. That's usually going up against GTA is typically suicide.
Most likely.
Not a good idea.
And
Even if I'm not like a
when-
big GTA guy,
Number of
even
my
I'm like,
functions
yeah, I
were
get that
appropriated when I
fucking
last took
part
on the
going in there.
MCP.
It's like trying to go up
That's where I
against Dragon
need
Quest in
password.
Japan.
Yeah,
If I can get inside the DTD,
It's
I
gonna
can
have a bad
access my
time.
original
Yeah,
backup
it'll
program
cure
and
it.
restore all my functions.
I can't remember this
Then
year.
I'll be able to
I can't
put
remember
this system back
you
the
know
way it
Konami
was
comes up
before
here.
the MCP got control and
I know there's-
changed
Well,
everything.
Okami sequel,
The way it was
they
supposed
didn't
to
say,
be.
they just said it's.
A free
They just did a
system.
trailer that was like, Okami
They
2's happening,
Oh, okay.
and bye.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
fuck knows.
Jeez,
It
Oh, yeah.
could be this year, could be like next year.
Okay. Yeah, Onimusha is the
Could be
one
never.
Onimusha I know is the one that's
Actually.
next year.
Oh damn, Multiverses was
I
this
don't
year. I
know.
could have sworn it was last year, but you know.
okay.
Well,
we'll
it was
just
actually
have to find the user and ask him. What's his name?
You mean you don't know? My user is the
It was
user
on one
of
of the
this
Game
system.
Awards,
Ansem
and
the
then it fucking
Wise.
threatened us again.
So,
But strangely, like I said, the game I didn't really talk much about it because the results in the Game Awards weren't particularly funny.
Looks like the
They were actually like,
MCP's
wait,
onto
this
us.
actually all is like sensible.
I'll keep
huh?
this terminal up and
You didn't
running.
do any of the silly
you better
shit.
exit the system
I'm
now.
a little disappointed.
sure, but
There's no Last of
John,
Us
Ansem
re-release
is-
came out this
Like-
year. That's why.
Like Astrobot won it.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's because there was
You're
no
good to
like,
go.
there's no Last of Us
Hurry.
like remake re-release.
No, there was a re-release of Last of Us last year.
Was there?
Yeah, 2 got a re-release.
Oh. Damn. I guess Naughty Dog can't sell the same game 6 times.
Oh shit, this is actually a big cutscene. I can fucking talk now. So, alright, so I'm gonna go through from 1 to 10, and I'll take a break at 5.
Okay.
So 1 is primarily games that came out this year, which I did intentionally. Number 1 is Anton Blast.
Yeah, makes
Fucking
sense.
love that game. It was built for me. My number 2 is Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. That's the fighting game.
Yeah, I know it is.
It's really good. I actually really like the way that they do special moves, because they have it where you have a special move button and then you do directions, and then you can hit like one of the face buttons, like your heavy, your light, your medium. So you do various versions, and then also like an EX version for each character's unique action button.
Hmm.
And it's actually better to do it that way than do it the the traditional like quarter circle way, because it's actually faster and the damage reduction is so low that even like the professionals playing it go, no, use the commands, don't use the actual like tactical inputs. And it's just genuinely a really fun game. Looks great. I have yet to play the story mode. I've been primarily just playing like ranked and playing with friends. I should at some point play the story mode.
Couldn't hurt.
Number 3 is Shadow X Sonic because of the shadow portion specifically.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, Sonic Generations is still a good game, and the little touch-ups to the game are great, but the Shadow game, you could have sold that by itself, and I would have been happy with it. I mean, that's what I bought it for. I bought it pretty much just for Shadow, and it's some of the best Sonic like level design I have played in forever. Like, it's just good. It's a good game. Good game, good bosses. I don't have a single complaint. Like, my only, like begrudging complaint is Man, that Keanu DLC level sure was short and a little bit meh. But it was just there to promote the movie, so who cares?
Yeah.
Then number 4 is Tekken 8. This is where there's not really any big comment. I was gonna do a whole bit on ranting about Clive, but it's just a good game. It is funny though that because people were sad Heihachi died, they're like, "Ah, fuck it, we'll just bring him back." And that definitely was like when you look at some of like the stuff they wrote in the game, it definitely was the plan going in was that Heihachi was going to come back.
Sure, it was.
No, like they even weren't calling him dead at the start of 8. They were just saying, "Oh, he's missing." The only person who said he's dead was Raven, and how many times has Raven been right about someone being dead? Also, hi T. Then the game under that is Bears in Space. It is a indie FPS shoot game that is very silly and very Serious Sam-like. And yes, Gianni does do many voices in it.
Well, good.
You play as a bear, you play as an old man and also a bear at the same time.
Old bear man.
Yes. Now for I'll mention the games that I played later, but for my disappointments, I'll just list those off real quick. There's Dragon Dogma 2, which was just a grind to play, and just was like getting any progress was just annoying, and like the mission design where they would put stuff on lower levels
Excuse me?
would make you run into unavoidable encounters with high level shit, and it just was not really great, and the game is not optimized at all. And I think they've fixed it up optimization-wise now, but I don't know. I don't feel like reinstalling it. The other one is the Power Rangers beat 'em up game. I played it so apparently they patched it and it feels better now, but I don't really have any desire of giving it another go outside of like if I get it on sale. Because even what they changed on it, which was just upping the tempo a bit, I don't feel like it would be enough for me to be like, yeah, this now is a great game from what I did play. Like there's no way in hell it would be in the running for next year if like it goes on sale for like $15 and I buy it. And those are my disappointments. Now for the back half of my top list, Gravity Circuit. It's definitely Mega Man inspired, but it does not control like Mega Man.
This must be the data space.
Like the way he moves, your attack is not like you do like beat 'em up command.
Darkness.
You don't like do like slash or shoot.
What do
You have like you have like grappling hook as well.
What? That still leaves
So
the
you can like
password.
swing around like
Say,
Bionic
fellas,
Commando,
did somebody mention
and you
the
get like
door to
unlockable
darkness?
specials that you can equip to your character. It's really good. It's really fun. One of the best platformers I've played, like in general. It's really good. Under that is Neo 2, the only Souls-like that I really, really like. Then Mullet Mad Jack, which is that game where it's you have 60 seconds to live, and you have to get kills to stay
The
alive.
organization might be listening.
As you do.
You mentioned
I
the
think
door to
the audio in the
darkness?
game cut out.
Oh, yes,
What?
sir. You see, we're looking for the
It's
secret
the
password.
art style is very much like one of
Password?
those OVAs from the 80s that you would find randomly at the video store back in
I
like
guess
the
you mean like a code.
early aughts, late 90s.
Well, the door to darkness
it's
can
a lot of fun,
only
and
be
yes,
opened
Gianni
by the
does do a
7
voice in it.
princesses. There's Snow
Course.
White, Jasmine, and
Actually,
Belle.
Gianni also does a voice in
Of
Anton
course.
Blast. Gianni's on this 3 times. Squirrel, and then in 10th.
What are you trying
Oh
to
no,
do?
not 10th yet.
that
9th is
password, we
Momodora
can get
Moonlit
access to
Farewell.
Ansem's
It's just a
research
really
data.
fun, solid Metroidvania.
So that means you might be able to find out
I
where
think
he is.
Riviera Under the Moonlight is
Stop joking
better,
around, Your
but this one is
Majesty.
still really
we already
good.
defeated Ansem. You know that.
Looks like
And
I've
then,
got a lot of explaining to
For
do.
number 10, it's Scroll of the Gun. I don't think I need to explain myself.
Okay.
Does
But
sound
first I've got a
like your kind of
question.
thing.
Hey,
Yes.
isn't Tron waiting for you guys?
It's way better than it has any right to be. They recently updated the game and
Don't
gave him a
worry,
Virgil. I
I'm
need to
not
try
going
it out with
anywhere.
the Virgil.
If those Heartless attack, I'll stand and fight with everybody here.
Yeah, we will
now
too.
for some games that I played during
Then
the
let's
year
talk
that
more later.
for one reason or another did not make it. So there's Yellow Taxi Ghost
I'll
Room.
see you when you get
I
back.
enjoyed it overall, but you ever play a game where it ends up being slightly too long and you end up bouncing off of it? It was kind of one of those games. There's a lot of charm, a lot of character, but I kind of ended up bouncing off of it. I don't think it's a disappointment. I think it's pretty good. Just, I think it was a little too long in the tooth. Tiny Terry's Turbo Trip was a fun kind of little one-off like chill game I played. That was very silly. It's like Simpsons Hit and Run for kids, essentially. But without the taxi stuff, you just do like little odd mini games and collecting shit until you get to the end of the story.
Hi, Sabo.
Hello, Sabo.
Greetings.
Right now, I finished my top 10. Now I'm just going over some games I just liked that came out that didn't qualify either because I didn't play them enough, or they just missed the mark slightly. Gestalt.
What are we doing? Top games of the year?
Yeah,
I mean, it's easy to say if you played like one game.
it's true.
I was gonna say, all right, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's the only game that came out this year I actually played.
We'll get to that.
To be fair, that'll take you most of the year. Gestalt Steam and Cinder was another one I enjoyed, but I didn't play enough of it to really, get into that. Grand Blue Relink is pretty fun. Really liked it. It just missed the mark over a couple of other games that are on the list. So it just barely missed getting on my top 10. Midnight Suns, same thing. Sulaco, I didn't put in because it's still in early access. It's really great, but I didn't put it in there, so it's a possible contender for another time. Just for you, real quick, I'm just gonna say the names, Sabo, and then I'm just gonna move on quickly. My top from 1 to 10 is Anton Blast, Grand Blue Versus, Sonic X Shadow, Tekken X 8, Bears in Space, Gravity Circuit Neo 2, Mullet Magic, Momodora, Moonlit Farewell, and Scroll the Gun. And then I mentioned Dragon's Dogma 2 and Power Rangers Disappointments. That's it. I'm done.
I'll be honest. I did actually get 10, but I played a lot of last year. I just played a lot of old games.
I've also been playing old games this year.
Yeah, I was big on playing or replaying stuff. And like the new game I've been playing now that didn't even come out last year, I only started playing this year, so but I will say this, bottom 5 are not in a particular order, they are games I played, and I don't want to put them in order because I feel like I'll upset people. So I mean, Balattra's on this list. I feel like I don't need to say why Balattra is a game of the year.
A lot of people really like it. It's not my cup of tea from what I've seen, but I understand.
I think it's one of those games where I think it's like it's like the perfect handheld game.
I can see that.
So it being available on like Switch or iOS, Android, it's like that is the platform. Steam Deck. That's like that's like perfect for this game because it's fun. Don't want to say mindless, but it's the perfect game to play while you're waiting for a bus or a train or you're away from your computer, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna put Stellar Blade as well, which, as I said, this isn't in order, so I'm not ranking one higher than the other. But I actually felt Stellar Blade is one of those things where it's like, if you're gonna do like a really horny game, you at least have the sense to make it good.
It's one of those games that I did eventually get to see actual gameplay of it. It looks alright. I want to try it out if it ever gets on the PC.
It will. It did well enough.
It probably will. Astrobot's the one where I'm like, that one probably won't, unfortunately, just due to like the controller specific mechanics it has. But I would love it if it did, because I would fucking buy it today. Like if they said, "Hey, we're dropping it today," I'd be like, "Well, there goes my money."
But yeah, it's one of those things where you can definitely see the influences, but who really cares if you're basically ripping off Nier and other stuff if you do it well? Like, it's kind of the secret. Just make the game good, and you can have whatever you want as like your set dressing, be it horny or woke or anything like that. Just get your fundamental. Is this fun to play?
make a good game, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and then you can worry about anything about appealing to whatever subgroups you want, and it's kind of. It's one of those things where it was just like when Nier came out, and it was very much the thing of you could tell a lot of people seething, being like, "No, why is this game good?" Yeah, but that was marketing music. Next up for my sort of bottom 5, I'm gonna put Sparking Zero.
Yeah, the reason why Sparking actually I forgot to mention that the reason why Sparking Zero just didn't get in there is I find it really fun as a couch game. Like by myself as a single player game, playing it with other people is fucking misery.
Yeah, that's always been Sparking's thing.
True.
And Xenoverse and any other kind of like Dragon Ball fighter that's not fighters.
Well, for Xenoverse you at least have co-op.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
I mean, I think you can have it in Sparking Zero, can't you?
And I do enjoy fighters as a fighting game. It's just usually not one of my. It's one of my group's go-tos, but there are times where I'm not in the mood for it because, God, that game is stressful.
Welcome to the game grid.
Yeah.
Game grid?
That's right.
But I mean,
chosen to play a few games.
Sparking Zero is just like, you know, we say this every other time, but it is like the pinnacle of Dragon Ball games in terms of being a game to show Dragon Ball.
True.
Like, you want to play, you basically want to play Dragon Ball. This is the game.
Yeah.
Are they gonna top that?
I mean, we'll see in like in like 5 years' time when they do another one. Maybe by then we'll have finally got the fucking DLC.
Or not.
Yeah, or not. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that.
Happy? Are you sad? Do you want?
Hi-Fi Rush, which I did play last year. It's kind of at the bottom 5 because I don't know, it's just kind of one of those things where I really like everything about it, but it just also somehow never gelled with me when I actually played it.
Fair.
It's weird to be in a position where it's like, I love everything about this, but for some reason actually playing it just isn't clicking.
It's probably the rhythm aspect.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think that was what, like, I really, really liked it. The rhythm aspect was
It
probably
looks
the
like we
thing
can escape
that
through
was
there.
hardest for me. But I do really, really like that game.
As I said, I really like everything about it, just actually playing it was like a bit... I just could never get into the, like, I guess rhythm, but in a different sort of meaning. Like, you know, when you play a game, you just start, you like vibe with it perfectly, so you like, you get into a groove. I could just never get into that with Hi-Fi Rush. And I'm gonna put Dave the Diver, a game I only play because it got Godzilla DLC. But it is a really fun, like, it's a really fun, like, it's one of those, once again, it's almost like one of those games that I would say would be great for handheld, although I could only get it for, although I got it on console, silly enough. Pardon?
So he's got DLC.
David Zavi, yeah, he's even getting new DLC. They had DLC that had Godzilla show up. Yeah, it's gone now.
I bought it on cheap on Steam, but I've never actually played it. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet.
I haven't played Best Indie Game either.
In fact, I have a ton of Steam games I have not touched.
Well, that's a lot of people.
Because they're so freaking cheap.
That's
like,
the...
hey, do you want to buy every Batman game ever for like $20? Oh, like, okay.
So that's the bottom 5. Top 5. The number 5, I'm going to put Trails Through Daybreak. You know, waited like 2 years for it, and I can't say it disappointed.
I was going to say, yeah, I guess technically it came out this year.
Yeah, for us. And I got to play it, and I did really enjoy it. I think the only reason it's not higher is it's just, it's in that thing of it's like, oh, but it's not Cold Steel though.
That's why its sales went down. They're like, but there's no greed in this thing.
There's no Valimar in this.
Me, but with Estelle.
It's like no. The show is your show is over. It's time to reboot and go on to. They're like, no, we just want more Reen.
Me,
I wanted more Valimar.
But it's not quite the same because Estelle's game didn't go as nearly as long as Cold Steel did. It was like a decade of nothing but Cold Steel to the point where most people are like, wait, there's other games in the series that don't involve Reen?
But Reen's not Estelle, so I don't care.
Can't wait for the remake of Trails of the Sky to have Green.
Yeah, probably.
Baby Reen!
It's me, Wee.
Baby
no,
Reen.
I'm pretty sure it'd be like
Baby Reen.
which I guess is Baby Reen.
Maybe.
He'll just have like a growth spurt over like the 2-year gap between Sky and Cold Steel. But yeah, I'm gonna put Silent Hill 2, the Silent Hill 2 remake at number 4, which I'm surprised it's you.
Honestly, yeah, I was surprised at I haven't played it, but I'm surprised it ended up being, you know,
We
good.
thought the Layers of Fear people could knock it out the park on Silent Hill 2.
Honestly, I'm shocked. Especially considering too, like, both sides were getting ready to throw the other one under the bus before it even came out.
I think was anybody backing Bloober Team? I feel like everybody was full on yeah, there's no way this is gonna work.
No, Bloober Team was like ready to blame Konami. Like they were like, oh no, Konami fucked up. Wasn't us. And I think that's really funny.
Yeah, it's just who would have thought that like a remake of Silent Hill 2 would work. I think a lot of it has also been kind of interesting seeing people experience Silent Hill 2 fresh. Because, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people probably knew like the whole, oh, James Sunderland murdered his wife angle.
Yeah.
Or a lot of them could probably have guessed it. I think a lot of people, I think probably the most interesting thing was Abstract Daddy for me.
Oh, Big Daddy.
Where you just see how people visibly recoil as they realize what that is, what it represents.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
We came to give you the
So number
password.
3, Big
Just
Shadow
transmit
Generations.
the data.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
It's a really good game. What can I say?
Yeah,
Hey,
even
you
even
okay?
if it did not come bundled
be
with
alright.
Generations,
Once we
I
access
think it would have
the
been worth the
DD.
price.
Yeah. And it's the one time you can say, hey, they actually bothered like marketing shit.
Yeah, they went all out with its marketing, and also like its direction is like it very much knows the kind of game it wants to make. It's very much like this is it. This is our game. We're focusing on this, and we're doing it, and they did it. And it's really fucking good.
And it made you happy to I mean, when you see like when you see like trailers, you're like, oh my god, Nephilus the Dark is back. You're happy, and you're like, wait, what?
Wait,
Why was I happy to see Nephilus the Dark?
I will say, Drummond's performance as Netflix is really good. I want to exist.
No one else wants you to exist Nephilus.
My favorite part about the fight, though, is that this is the second time that Shadow has clapped him, but Shadow does not remember him because he can't.
Yeah.
Because that timeline didn't happen.
It's erased from existence. Number 2, Rebirth.
So he's like, I don't know who you are, and I just don't care. You're not Black Doom, I don't care. What was your number 2, sorry?
Rebirth.
Oh yeah,
It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to talk about without you having played it.
So
but,
my plan is,
no, I know your plan's to get like the bundle.
yeah. So for Sabo, there's a bundle on PC that is coming with it and a remake for $60 for me via the bundle. So I'm just gonna buy that.
It's gonna be like the bundle. I was like, so are you gonna wait another 2 years for like the third game
No,
and then buy all 3 together?
nah, I don't feel like doing that. I wanna play these, so I'm probably gonna buy them and then probably play them probably after Metaphor because I did buy that. I haven't played it yet.
Do you know what it is? I think Rebirth takes a lot of to sort of bring it back to what we're playing. Rebirth takes a lot of stuff from Kingdom Hearts in a good way.
I mean, there's a lot of good in Kingdom Hearts. I poke a stick and poke fun at Kingdom Hearts a lot, but I do like it.
No, but I mean, it's the kind of thing where stupid, dumb, ridiculous shit happens, and it's just fun, you know.
Oh, good.
Like it's stuff that's there's obviously the serious, stupid, dumb bullshit that Square does, but there's just lots of moments where it's just like, oh, this is actually meant to be funny, and it lands, and just I think it also helps that Hey, people love the FF7 party more than like any other party in like probably JRPG history.
Yeah.
You could maybe argue one of the personas, but even then, I kind of feel like people more on board with the 7 crew.
I mean, the 7 crew are an iconic cast character.
That's the other thing, is it's a kooky cast, because where else are you going to have, like, you know, your brawling monk girl and your weird teenage ninja girl, but also your talking lion dog friend, and a cat riding atop a giant noodle.
It's very much like the RPG kind of like grouping of characters, and I like that.
It's kind of crazy how they never went like similar levels with later parties. It's like,
in fact, they kind of get more and more watered down.
well, even like 9. Like, what's the most ridiculous thing you get in 9? BV?
TV.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's also isn't there the cat girl?
Oh yeah, but it's just.
I'm pretty sure nothing in 9 is weirder than
But yeah, Rebirth, real good. My top game's Astro Bot, so just enjoy it. It's a game that's fun to play, it looks great, it incorporates all of this, like, it's just, everything about it's just really solid, it's got great presentation, even makes you go, even when you recognise characters from games you don't like, it's just so cute, you're like, oh, that's adorable.
I mean, literally the only reason I don't own that game is because I don't have the Ultimate on. I'm not gonna buy the like very few games. It's silly.
Yeah, that's why I top 10.
Like if we lived in a timeline where that happened, there's a good chance it would be either the number 1 or the number 2, and Anton would either be the number 2 rather than the 1, or still stay number 1. Then again, I tend to be biased toward indies, so Anton probably still would have won out, but you know. They would have been 1 and 2, probably.
I'm as good as new. All my functions have been restored.
I say that despite the fact that a number of AAA have won my my number 1 slot in Game of the Year.
So I have like 4, actually like 4 or 5 indie games on my list this year.
Access to the DTD.
The Larktrode, Dave the Diver.
See here, my list is.
I might have
See, how many
anticipated
AAA?
such a simple password.
Grand Blue is 1, 2.
What's this? An emergency destruct program for the town. Let's see how it performs.
No.
Neo 2. No, wait, no. Nah, I'm just gonna count Neo 2 because it's kind of in that ambiguous area. So, yeah, so we'll say
Program,
4
you
out of
changed
10
the
are
password.
AAA.
There, that should buy us some time.
And only
tell us what's
3
going
of
on.
them came out this year.
The MCP
The
is
rest
loading
are all
a hostile
indies.
program into the I/O tower.
Other than that, I have been
got to protect
finally
the
playing
user
Baldur's Gate
tower.
3 this year, now.
Okay.
Let's head to the tower.
Well, because they're adding crossplay to it, and a bunch of my friends were like, oh, we should play it. So I was like, okay, so I bought it. And I thought, well, I should play it a bit, because, you know, they've all had it for, like, over a year at this point, or months, so... And then I started playing it, and I got a decent length in, and I was like, okay, so, you know, what do you think of this? Oh, I haven't get that part yet, and I'm like, what? I was like, so yeah, all the friends I am gonna play with, like, haven't played beyond like the first 2-3 hours of the game.
Honestly, like even like the first bit, there's so much you can do there that it can take.
Yeah, there are a lot of
time.
people that have never gotten past Act 1 because they're just like, well, I can go here, and I can go here, and I can go here.
And I've done a lot.
Like, like you know those 2 ogres? Did you ever bump into those 2 ogres that you can talk to, or one's got the intelligence helmet on?
Oh yeah.
You can diplomacy
Yeah.
them to help you.
Oh yeah, I know. I couldn't do it, so I just murdered them.
So what I did was I diplomacied them, and then I used them when I was doing the massacre of the Goblin Camp. When I got inside, I summoned them.
Oh, I convinced the spiders to help me.
Oh yeah, there's another one. But I'll use like people to talk.
Yeah, then I killed the ogres anyway.
Oh, I let the ogres
they-
die in the fight.
They wouldn't
Oh.
like to. They wouldn't team up with me.
I was gonna be like,
But-
you can't take him outside of Act 1, so I summoned them and then I killed them because I'm like, you've outlived your usefulness and I'm taking your equipment now.
Oh, I let them die in the fight, and then I took their equipment. I basically actively kept healing them.
Oh, I just murdered them. I mean, honestly, I've used that intelligence band a lot, so I'm not sad.
Back when I was playing it, that one like dark paladin lady, there was no way to recruit her unless she was evil, and there was no like ability to redeem her. So what I did back in the day with her was I just
Polymorphed.
no, I just pushed her off a cliff. Because pushing off a cliff was busted awesome then.
Oh,
Still,
I usually kill her so I can loot her because she has pretty good armor for that stage in the game.
Yeah, there was.
so you can,
Yeah, but so yeah, there was a time where you could easily just like throw her off a cliff there. And I think they also fixed that so you couldn't just chuck her off a ledge easily.
you can. Oh no, you still can do that.
But they made it a little harder. It used to be really easy.
I made it harder, but I like Karlach and my character's paladin, so I could have done it, but I knocked her out because I was like, I want to recruit everybody.
Fair.
Because I was told that if you knock her out, you can recruit her later.
This is
For
before
now,
you.
people are always afraid they're going to patch that at some point because the game's not really designed to include her and the other character at the same time.
Well, no, originally you couldn't.
No.
Then they let you do it.
No, people found an exploit to do it before.
No, you can do it, but it's just the game,
They-
like you can tell when they're both in camp, but like the game's clearly not designed to at the same time as far as how they're placed.
Yeah, Housing gets nowhere to sleep, but honestly,
their plays kind of weird. So it's like people are afraid that one day they're gonna patch it, but no, for now you can still have both of them.
I think surely they're more likely to just patch it so they change they change their like spawns in the camp. Because why patch to not have recruit Minifera when there's no other downside apart from camp being weird to having them both.
Well, no, just because the game doesn't want you to just for exclusivity and options and stuff like that.
So I've only just finished Act 2, so any talk beyond I just found out the guy who's been talking to me the whole time is secretly a mind flayer.
Yeah.
Which we've all got our faults, I guess.
It gets really awkward if you made that like an attractive female and had a flirty thing going on with them.
Who?
Turns out it was a mind flayer.
Oh no, some people are into that.
I know a lot of monster fuckers.
I know a lot of people that have seduced that mind flayer, so yeah, a lot of people are into that.
A lot of people. Look, I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 has at least proven the depths of human depravity.
I mean the biggest thing the game is known for is bear fucking. So yeah.
It's fucking a bear. And I mean, I assume he's probably a gentle lover. And yeah, inexplicably, probably like the least monstrous person you can fuck in your party.
Yeah, but it's just where he's like, hey, you want to do it where I'm in my bear form? And you're like, yeah, okay. Like, where the fuck does that come from?
I can tell you where it comes from. That's his fucking king. That's the only reason Halsin became a druid. He was like, wait, so I could fuck people as a bear?
I didn't know he was Zeus.
Yeah, if it's good enough for the Greek gods. But yeah, I am enjoying it. I don't know. I do feel there's a lot of the time the game is basically designed for safe scumming.
Oh,
a lot of those kind of games are.
But I mean, I don't even mean like in the ability check, because I would be fine with playing the game if I just had if I could just fuck up ability checks. But it's like a lot of the encounters are also like, oh yeah, if you don't have foreknowledge of this, you just get fucked and die.
Yeah,
like you walk into a room and all of the enemies have 8 actions, and also they can all stun you and they'll kill you if you didn't know to split your party in a specific way. So some characters are just slightly out of reach. Looking at you, the final boss of Act 2. And it's like, oh yeah, you thought fighting this guy who's got ridiculous AC and also hits real hard and has his army of snipers shooting you from on above. You thought that was the final boss? Here, have a dude who can hit your whole party at once. And if you're not in hitting range, he'll AoE one-shot you.
Hopefully that's not a problem for you, Smiles.
And also, this is at a point where you can't go and like fuck off and do other quests to grind
I'm
up.
disappointed
Yeah.
in you, program.
So yeah, there's just lots of
Why do you
moments like
insist
that
on
where the
allying
game's
with
like
these selfish users?
deliberately unfair.
Because
I'd almost call
I
it
wanna help them.
NES Ninja Gaiden
something
game
written into
design.
my code commands me to do what is right.
You didn't see
And what
this coming? Well, that's on
command would that
you.
be?
What? It's so hard that a ninja rings
I
your doorbell
can't
and
really
cuts
say
your
for
throat
sure.
when you answer it.
I mean, yeah, but
Friends,
that's just normal.
They help each other, that's all.
But yeah, enjoying it.
Uh-oh,
Just
look out!
that is also the thing where I'm like, not sure if I would like sing quite the same praises as everyone else did for it. Like, I don't think it would have been my game of the year, but it definitely would have been in like the top 10 for 2020 if I'd played it then.
Yeah,
It
my
was certainly the best. It was certainly the best AAA game I'd seen in a good long while.
Oh, that's the thing. I won't fault the game for its like presentation and commitment to everything. Like, it's one of those things where I can respect even if it's not for me.
It was so committed that like other studios were like putting hit pieces on it. You can't expect us to put the effort that Baldur's Gate 3 did into all our games. We'd never make any money that way.
Yeah, I remember those.
Some effort with this. Especially
Go buy
from
our
this,
NFTs.
especially from these small indie companies.
Go buy our NFTs. We really want to get people to buy things that we're actually. Yeah, why is nobody fucking?
What knows Valve been getting on NFTs?
They're anti it, so it's just kind of interesting.
It's crazy considering their business practices in regards to other, like, less ethical things like loot boxes.
Yeah.
We always forget Valve is the originator of loot boxes.
I don't get that. I usually find people that. I was reminding people back during the Overwatch thing where people were like, oh, Overwatch great. I was like, actually, TF2 had those before. And
Overwatch popularizing it, but Overwatch is even like a good example because, like, the things you got from Overwatch crates were never a benefit. Like, it's always aesthetic, so it's like, at least Overwatch 1 days, it all changed with Overwatch 2, but you couldn't earn everything in Overwatch with just playtime. So, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like...
It became harder in 2, where it would take you years to
no, it became impossible in 2.
literally impossible.
You can't, so for instance, my account that has all my Overwatch 1 skins is theoretically worth thousands.
Same thing as me, probably.
Yeah, theoretically. Just because of the sheer amount of arbitrary monetary value you put on skins. And it's like, you know, as long as it's all just stupid cosmetics, I couldn't really care less. It's when you start, you know, doing pay-to-win shit.
Yeah, that's how I
Which
do.
CSGO was part, I don't know. It was like half and half. It was like stuff that was dramatically better, but also a lot of it was also cosmetics.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like Marvel Rivals right now. It's just like, oh yeah, here's your skins and shit.
Yeah, everyone's like saying Marvel Rivals is gonna like be the thing that kills Overwatch, and I'm like, yeah, because nobody ever played TF2 after Overwatch 1 came out.
I'd say if it killed it, if it'll kill it or not. Like TF2 is still alive.
Yeah, as I say, it won't kill it. It's got enough of a dedicated player base. I mean, Marvel Rivals will exist as a competitor, but
which is good.
Yeah, fine. It's fine to have these. It's good to have.
I wouldn't. As weird as it sounds, even though I don't like Overwatch, I don't like what it became. I wouldn't want it to be dead because then, what's its competitor? TF2. It's not gonna really care about that, and then it can just do asshole shit.
I was gonna do asshole shit anyway. That's what I was gonna get at because it's like.
Well, the
easiest. Well, the easiest comparison is to do Hearthstone versus Marvel Snap, another weird Blizzard versus Marvel fight. Marvel Snap was in the exact same position where it came out, and it was like, oh my god, this is the app that's going to kill Hearthstone, blah blah blah. And then it starts off well and good, and then they were like, hey, we make money off of this, so we're going to be greedier and a bit greedier and a bit greedier. And now it's like fucking insane amounts of monetization for
with all my functions
Snap as well as Hearthstone.
I've got a chance of getting system control away from the MC.
So I know both games will be able to exist in their own circumstance. It's just
It's what my user
I just
would
think it's
want.
better that you have things that
What
potentially
Ansem would
compete
want.
with each other, because that's a better way to keep things in check. The only problem is if they all agree to do the same asshole things.
Listen,
let's
Tron.
do it.
I mean, they'll
We
just
didn't get
inexplicably.
the
I
password
mean,
for
I don't know
reason.
about agree.
You know what I mean.
We just sort
Yeah,
of
they'll
found
just-
it.
Not
Back in
necessarily
the
like
user
them
world.
out loud agreeing,
By
but them
accident.
basically like, okay, well, we're gonna do that too,
And
everybody
one
just
more
does it,
thing, Ansem,
sort of thing,
he
rather
was
than
our enemy.
fucking against it.
I mean, he still is. I guess.
There's a lot when Konami has like
Actually,
the fairest and
He's my enemy.
the fairest like card game
What do you
catcher.
mean?
Ansem took Encom's
Yeah, you're
original
right.
system and customized it for his own use. I was
Like,
part
you
of
can
the
progress
original
pretty
system,
far in
and Ansem
at least
modified
Master
me,
Duel,
too.
or like purely free to play.
So that makes him my user.
It's crazy how
But
like
Ansem is
actually
also
fair
the one
that
who
game
brought
is.
back the
You know what? It
MCP.
makes money. That makes them lots
The
of
Ansem
money,
I first
even though it
wouldn't
hasn't
do
got
that.
super predatory
sorry I
monetization
didn't tell
tactics.
you.
Huh? Strange.
That's
Crazy.
okay, but
Yeah,
now
before
I really
Overwatch
don't
1
get
became
it.
Overwatch 2,
I don't
and before they went like super hard on
understand it
there,
either.
like we're going to market all of these like
But I
skins,
think users
it was
like
still
you are
earning
going to
like
be the
$1
ones who will
billion a
finally
year.
figure it out.
Oh yeah.
Fucking crazy.
It's
that
crazy
look
when you
at
think
that.
about how
The
big
logical
Overwatch
routes
was,
and
how the
still
merch
arrive
was
at the answers
everywhere,
you seek.
and then now you will find
Now
you
go,
won't find like
before
new
the
shit in the
MCP
store
starts
shelves,
acting
but
up
you'll
again.
find them at thrift stores.
Well, also because they just don't make merch these now for it.
Well, it's not really selling. It's not the merch isn't selling, so
Yeah, 'cause they don't make any.
well they stopped making them because it stopped selling.
I mean, I don't think they've ever made anything for Overwatch 2. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't
Well-
recall ever
Well,
seeing
Overwatch
anything
2
for it.
now, but like they stopped making it with Overwatch 1 because they stopped really making a lot of money with it.
So, because there's only so many times you can tell like the same character with like the exact same look. Like, how many Reinhardts could one man own?
Well, they didn't like make everybody even with the thing.
Yeah, because he's Cry. Well, probably a good thing they did, because if they made him a Kree figure, they can't have him anymore.
They did have one.
Oh,
It was one of the cheaper ones. They had one. It was part of a
Probably-
two-pack.
probably because he's not called McCree anymore.
It was part of a two-pack. I don't remember what character he came with. Kind of like how Far Out both had a Figma and also one of the
Any
cheaper
data you
figures where
need
with
from the
two-pack was her and
DTD can
Mercy.
be accessed directly through my user
Yeah, well,
terminal.
people-
Diva never had like
I'll
a
keep
full-on
dedicated
like
access channel open for
regular
you.
size figure with her
I
mech.
changed the password, so you won't have to worry
Nice.
about
Which is,
good.
it.
I mean,
which is something that I wanted, and honestly, I won't even deny if they
Access
made that, I would still
channel?
buy it. I won't even
I
deny
knew
it.
you'd
Did
ask.
she get a Lego? I'm trying to remember if she got a Lego set. I know there was like a Lego
It's a very
Bastion.
important
She had
link
a
between our worlds.
Funko that came
It's
with
how we
the
stay
mech.
connected.
Fuck, I think there was a Lego. Hang on. I think there was a
You-
Lego Diva.
My
Might have
friends.
Because I would
Are the
love a
new
figure of the mech.
password.
The mech is cool. I do like it. Like, yeah, it's a simple
Thanks,
little,
Tron.
like,
Take
walker
care.
sort of thing, but I
You
like
too.
it.
And give my best to the users.
Oh yeah, they did do Lego Diva and Ryan. Okay,
Okay.
there we go.
Wow.
It's out of stock because it's Lego, so Lego is like.
Oh, yeah,
you know.
and that'll also cost me a fortune if I get my hands on it, so I'm not gonna bother with that shit. There's a Lego of, actually thinking of that, there is a Lego of Tails' Tornado 2 in mech form,
Nice.
which I do think is
Well,
really cool.
That's
Oh,
that.
I love these little like
Look.
sprites that Tron puts on the screen of Goofy, Donald,
Tron.
and Sora.
Hang
I
in
love
there.
SDG.
They're so cute.
So,
He loves his
where do we
friends.
start?
He's
I
made
know.
new friends.
Let's access the DTD.
I don't know what happened to it. I used to have a bead art sprite of one of the worms from
The
Worms.
king's checking the situation in
I don't know
town.
what happened
He'll
to
be
it,
back
though.
soon, so don't worry.
I used to have it on my
Hey,
bulletin
look.
board. It
It's asking for a
must have got
password.
broken or destroyed by like.
That's
one of the
easy,
something.
it's-
It got knocked
Sora.
over and broken. That's my guess.
Oh yeah, so one thing I actually did find out,
Goofy!
related to Kingdom Hearts, but it's Kingdom
That's-
Hearts 3, is that
To the point.
they actually already decided on Frozen before the movie had
That
come
did.
out, because Disney had given them an
We're in.
advanced screening of it.
I have to go into
Yeah,
town.
they knew it was gonna be.
Need to see what
That's
that last
fair.
shakeup did.
I don't think
You're
that.
not
I
gonna
mean,
check out
Disney
the
might have
data?
known, but I don't
It
think
wasn't
Square
exactly
did.
easy to
No, apparently,
just off of-
Disney did
I'm
not.
coming
at
right
first.
back.
So off of that viewing, that
Sora,
was enough for Nomura
why
to
don't
go,
you get
oh yeah,
started
we'll
unloading
include
the
this. I
data
mean,
and
I feel
copying
like
it
they still
down?
made some other mistakes with, or some general
It's just a
design
few
choices
keystrokes.
with that
Easy,
world that I don't
right?
agree with. But you know, at least it felt. At least it's and
That was because the actual Frozen development team that they had to work with was like, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that.
yeah, they were
So
real
the
adamant.
thing that I felt was an issue with the worlds I played other than Toy Story was there was a lot of, all right, pull Sora out of the fucking plot, get him away from the Disney plot, pull him away. All right, here's that shit's going on in the background. Sora can't be here. It happened a lot in like the ones I got to play. Mind you, I still didn't get to play Monsters Inc. or Big Hero 6 or any of those. Which I hear those ones are pretty good.
I was sort of involved in all the plots of those pretty extensively. So.
Well, no, because like in the for example, Entangled, like he's in it for a while, and then they yank him out of like a good chunk of the story. And then it's him walking to the finale ending, and then he fights a house.
Yeah, but that's what I was trying to say. The problem with like Tangled and Frozen specifically is that the antagonists aren't like. I mean, I know other Disney villains are technically chumps, but this is a Sora who's beaten fucking lots of shit by now. So the idea that he would be fucking held up by hands.
You could do heartless forms like they did with fucking the fucking Tarzan guy.
Ah, yes, Clayton. I'm sorry, not Clayton.
But
not sure they're actually allowed to make heartless of Disney villains that isn't just it's them, but with a slightly shadowy aura. Because heartless Scar is just Scar, but he's shadowy.
I don't know. But even with that, you could just superpower them. Why not? Fuck it.
Plus, also, I think by that point, all the Heartless are like only working with the organization, so there's no. And why would the organization work with hands? He's not saying not.
Boredom.
He could be.
We got enough backup Xehanort.
Xehanort would be like, I like to try that guy's gym. I'm gonna make it also Xehanort.
See how it affects the princesses of like theirs were a thing again for like a minute.
Well, they weren't.
Well, they're in there. Just don't do anything with them.
And there's princesses, but they were all like more of the princesses had roles in Birth by Sleep, and that didn't really come up. Like you.
Like, no. I mean, they literally mention it, but they just don't do anything with it in that game. They're like, man, Frozen's got 2 of them because Anna and Elsa, and then like, Cinderella. Rapunzel was one of them.
No, the point of the princesses coming up again was just so that, like, someone was like, what if we just, ignore Xehanort and don't fight him? Then he won't have his 13 lights to do his Keyblade War, and they're like, well, he'll just target the princesses if we don't.
But,
that's really all it was.
Because shut up.
Fuck you. Anyway, Tron World is done, so I think I'm gonna end because the second I leave this area, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go right into Heartless and that whole shit.
Yes.
Because I did all the worlds back already, went and did Tron, so I think literally I walk out that door and there's just Heartless everywhere.
We missed, hey fellas, did anybody say Door to Darkness?
I'm gonna do I'm gonna do the mermaid stuff towards the end of this playthrough, do the rest of it. Get it all done in one go, and then the reason I wanted to. What's funny is I was told by someone like, because they aren't part of this. They were like, you could skip it. I'm like, I know I could, but and then I explained the whole conversation we had back with 1, where I want to find out if I end up hating it more or not. When I was like, I don't think it's as bad, and you guys were like, no, fuck you, it's worse.
And you're also playing it like in separate chunks, like weeks apart, not like.
That's what I feel like. It's more fair if I do the rest of it all in one go. Because that'll be more, how I'd feel, if you know what I mean? Like, in the moment. Since, like, it's not like when I marathoned this when I was in high school and beat it on a weekend like a psychopath, because I had that much time on my hands.
I mean, it's not that. If you just, like, blitz through the plot, Kingdom Hearts 2's not that long. Well, none of, like...
No, it's not, but
as we've kind of proven, even Kingdom Hearts 1's not. It's only if you're, like, going in for things like, when are you gonna grind out for Ultimate Weapon?
What I mean is, though, as an adult, I could not beat this in a weekend, and I know it. It would take me a couple of days. But anyway, that's where we'll end off for now. I wish everyone that next week we will fight 1,000 Heartless and get to the mid-game, and then we're gonna go visit the worlds again! I don't know which order I want to do it. Do they give, did they give me a specific order? I don't remember.
I mean, the worlds have updated battle levels that imply what the rough order.
Oh, okay, they give me like levels. Okay, it's been a long time. Anyway, time to leave.